so thankful because when I started bodybuilding on October 8th, 2002, I had no idea that I would be standing on this stage one day winning the Mr. Olympia, let alone, being 7-time champion. When I got into this journey, I was, a little bit bitter because I didn't make it playing Division I basketball, and I was trying to find another outlet. And bodybuilding taught me how to be strong mentally, physically, and emotionally through all life's challenges. It taught me how to train hard when no one's in the room, when you're having a bad day, through death, through hardship, through anything that can go wrong. I always had the gym. Over at Arm Rest, I could train. I could train any time of the day. There would be days I would train by myself or with my fiance, Cherie, and I would be in there dying. Looking at those pictures in the gym of Schwarzenegger, of Coleman, of Haney, of Dorian, of everybody. And I would just tell myself, one more set, one more rep, just give it everything you got so you can put yourself in the best position to win. And that's all we can do in life, people. Sometimes life is gonna serve you up some curveballs, but I challenge each and every one of you to step in that batter's box and take a damn swing. Just take a swing. And it ain't gonna always work out for you. It ain't gonna always work out. Look, I just beat some incredible athletes. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and the measurement of a man is when he gets knocked down, not when he's winning. So I lost a few times. And he always reminded me just to keep on going and be the hardest worker in the room, just like what you say. And when people tell you you can't, you don't look at them. You don't need to look at them. You look in the mirror and you ask yourself, do you give it your all? You look at the mirror and you ask yourself, do you have another rep? You ask yourself, can I go to work when I'm pissed off because I'm about to get fired or something bad happened or lost my girlfriend or whatever it is? You ask yourself, do you have the guts to go after it when no one is watching, no one's patting you on the back, and no one is liking your stuff on freaking social media? If you got the guts to go after it, you can put yourself in the best position to win, and that's what I did through this entire prep. It was not easy. A lot of people say, oh, Phil, he's got genetics and this and that. I put that God-given talent to work each and every damn day in the gym, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for the Olympia. I'm so thankful to be a bodybuilder because it wasn't meant for me to play basketball. I mean, look at me, I'm short as hell, it doesn't work out like that. God had a different plan, obviously, and I'm glad that I listened. And I'm glad that I never gave up. And I know there's a lot of incredible athletes wanting to kick my ass next year, but I know this, winning is habitual. If you care about your success more than anyone else in the room, I promise you this, you will be successful at some point in time. But the goal is that when you are successful, that you don't just hide it for yourself. You don't just hold it for yourself. You share those experiences and perspectives with everybody else so that they can get theirs. So then they can feel the confidence to go after their dreams. And I'm just proud to be a 7-time Mr. Olympia. And like the great Oak said, next year, I'll be back.
When I did my first Mr. Olympia contest, it was in 2008. I turned pro in 2005. So I was like, okay, I'm kind of like a LeBron or a Kobe Bryant coming out of high school. Sponsorships, everything, everybody's attention's on you. I qualified for the Olympia in 2006 and 2007, declined to compete because I felt like I needed more experience. Pissed the hell out of Joe Weider. I mean, he was our godfather of bodybuilding. He was my boss for Flex Magazine, Muscle Fitness. And sitting in his office and telling him, no, I need more time. No, I need more time, but I'll make it count. So I placed 3rd at my first Mr. Olympia contest in 2008. Upon that night, I realized it's possible, but win. And at first you say, well, win. Okay, I did third in the world. Wow. Now it's not about win, it's about, how many. So when I got that opportunity, and if I may, I'd like to tell you a quick story about this. So in 2008, I placed 3rd. That following year, I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna win this damn thing. It's my first time. Like I got 3rd. I'm about to go ahead and beat these guys. I got food poisoning the night before. And we talk about things that you can't control. I trained, I did the diet, I did all that stuff. Sometimes when you're dieting the way that we diet, your immune system is very, very compromised. The slightest thing, handling of food, fish, steaks, stuff like that, it could really mess with you. Shaking hands with fans the night before could do that. You just never know. It's almost like someone getting up and saying, "How you doing, Phil? What's going on?" It's like sweaty hand and this and that. Next thing you know, you're touching your face on accident. Next thing you get sick. You get people from all over the world coming to the Olympia. So I don't know what it was, but I just remember having the EMTs come into my room at 5:30 in the morning that Friday, and they're telling me not to compete. And I say, you know what? Let me, give me a second. Okay, God, you know what's going on. I can't control this. They want me to go to the hospital. I'm not going to the hospital, but if I throw it one more time, I'll go. And I don't want to go because these fans I just met from all over the world paid a lot of money to see me. So if I can just compete, I know I'm not going to win, but if I can just compete, I'll be all right. So I placed 5th at that contest.
You know, I was always competitive. I've been competitive playing Monopoly and stuff. It don't matter like what it was. And it's just, I think the environment that I grew up in was just highly competitive. You know, I always loved basketball, but we didn't have a basket, and I didn't have my brother and sister to take me. So I would take the ball and just try to shoot with arcs and using my imagination. Like this was, shooting down, and imagine I get up. My stepfather, with him being there, he just wanted me to do whatever I wanted to do. And then one day I come home from school, we had that basketball hoop, nailing it to the garage as I was walking home. With that hoop, that's all I had. And basketball was awesome because you don't need a teammate, you don't need nothing. You need a ball and a basket. So I used to shoot, and I shoot all night. And right there, I was hooked. I wanted to be better about everything I did. My thing was always trying to make people look stupid by their stereotypes or their prejudice. People can try to talk trash to you or whatever, talking trash backwards. Like I see on the basketball court, see how much trash you don't talk to him. There's barely any white kids at my school. He was all Pacific Islander and black, and I went to an all-white college. Oldest kid, he came from Rainier Beach High School, probably a thug or this or that. Well, I don't look like one, and I definitely don't talk like one. And I think me always wanting to prove people wrong, sports allowed me to do that, academics allowed me to do that, and, bodybuilding allowed me to do that.
You guys that are watching this right now have more resources, probably a times 1,000. You have it by the second. You have live feeds going on at amateur competitions. Study these shows. If you have just the inkling of wanting to try, you have no reason not to, because you have more resources, more information, more shared information from athletes like myself on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Ask questions, and then get your ass in one of these NPC contests, and then see what you're made of, and then next thing you know, you're gonna have more coverage than anybody else. You're gonna turn pro. You're gonna be able to be flown around the world doing some incredible things. And I can honestly tell everybody that bodybuilding changed my life. There was no way in hell I was gonna be able to travel to over 35 countries in a 10-year span by graduating from college with a business and IT degree. It's just real talk. Like there's no way, and to do it on someone else's dime, and to be wined and dined and seeing. You're seeing things. You're seeing your name in lights in other countries. You're seeing your names in light everywhere. People are you're a ball of energy. But I will say this: with all that cool glamour and glitz, you do have some of that going on. But you have to remember one major thing. These gains are about yourself, but what's even more impressive is what you can do with them to inspire other people to go get theirs. But that's the type of stuff that, gets you going in the gym. When you guys want to get involved in the NPC, the National Physique Committee, you got to watch these videos and not just tell yourself you can't do it. Don't go out here and say, I can never be Phil Heath.